Hey everyone, so this is going to be a quicker, hopefully quicker, no show and grow reading. Uh, it's done with a mini card set, the Everyday Witch, I think it's called. Hold on. I'm using my cell phone, so it might be a little jittery because I'm holding it. This way you guys can see the cards because they're small. I'm going to show you an overall view of the cards right now. Okay, and then I'm going to switch it around because it's harder to hold this way. All right. So you got these 3 cards that came out as a bonus. So I'm just going to tell you what I feel a major issue that or a problem that came straight through, and there's a few. One, I feel like it may apply to single people. So those of you that are looking for love, the cards here are saying when you focus on yourself with the Eight of Pentacles here, then it's kind of like when you've devoted all your energy towards the improvement of self, then love's going to appear. So it's like when you're least looking for it is when it's going to appear. So this is like this is kind of like when you find your stability within yourself, then the outside world is going to reflect your inner world. So hopefully that makes sense for you guys. So when you've shown yourself self-love, then you're going to get that love from the outside of the world. Like you'll get a partner that will appear. For others of you guys, this is like with this card here, the Strength card. These are beautiful cards, you guys. That's talking about ego and pride. So if you're looking for love and it's superficial, so you're going based on appearances, then you're going to keep hitting the same results right here, right? Like, for others of you, it may be saying like, in order for you to get love, you can't be doing what you're always doing. I don't know why I said that. So it could be saying like you're always going for the same type of partner, right? Like, and this might be saying that, you know, with the King of Wands here, and he has a map of the world, if you can see that. Okay. This person could be from a different part of the country, or speak a different language, or it may be somebody that's unusual to you, but it would work out. So I don't know if that helps. So if you can see, you got the King of Wands, you got the Strength card, the Four of Wands, you have the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, you have the Lovers, the Two of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. Okay, you also have the Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Page of Swords. Page of Swords, I get hidden information. I'm not sure why, but I get hidden information. So you may think you know everything and you don't. And that can be in for the negative or the positive, right? Because the wheel's always going to spin. All right. So what goes up must come down. Okay. So it could be like maybe you're applying for a job, but you're always applying for the same type of job, and it's saying, hey, like you have this knowing of what you like and what you dislike, and you need to start going towards the direction of things that you like. You have a choice. It says this way on the card or that way. Okay, and if you've already done this way, then you want to try that way. If that makes sense, okay? On the Wheel card, it's on a house. So you're looking, some of you guys, it could be stability, to move. It could be saying to move. Because with the King of Wands here, he's pointing at a direction. And with the Strength card, there's a tornado there. So like something, it's almost like the Tower already happened, right? Or when the Tower happens, then there's a change that needs to be made. You have to pick your direction. If it's an adventure, some of you guys, it might be an adventure. It is saying, you know, it's not the end of the world. You can always move back. So like if you choose to move somewhere, you can always move back. It's better to try and fail than it is not to try at all, right? Because at least you're learning and you're growing and you're gaining new experiences and you're gaining knowledge, all right? Like the Lovers here, that's a choice as well. Okay, you gotta choose you, self-love, and then you'll find that partner. If you are in a relationship, it's talking about compromise. You have to understand that what you like, your partner may not like. All right, and it's okay for you guys to have different hobbies. It's also saying that maybe perhaps you should try things together. So like if your partner is interested in something, then you should make an effort to try it. So it could be like maybe your spouse golfs and you're always complaining about golfing, but you've never tried it. Maybe you should try with them. Okay. Maybe for some of you guys, the hearts are quite pronounced in this reading. So there's a lot of love in here, and you got a lot of people pointing their finger at you and you're like ready to battle with them. So you got to be careful that you're not believing everything you're told, because that could be creating your problems in your relationship, right? It's based on the two of you. That's what it's coming down to, all right? The two of you. Okay. There's cats in all of these. So like cats talk about protection, right? They guide you. So what you need to know with the King of Wands here, the King of Wands is very assured. Okay. He is a go-getter. He's a doer. He's not a talker. He's a doer. So it's a man of action. You know, a lot of people can say one thing, or this is what they want. This is how they'd like things to go. This is what they want to do. This is the man who's like, I hear you, but you're not doing anything to change your outcome. You need to start doing. This man does, right? So if he says, oh, I'm thinking of starting a business, he's going to do it. All right? He or she. He's not just going to sit by and wait for the approval of everybody else. He's going to create his own stability with the Four of Wands here. Okay? There was something else that came through. The word superficial keeps coming through. I'm not sure why. If you're basing things on superficial, superficial, how do I want to say it? Outcomes, it could create chaos, right? Like you might be wondering, why does this keep happening to me? Why do I keep choosing the wrong partner? How come they're not loving me back? Or you might be basing it on superficial reasons. Okay, so you're not looking for the person you can live in a big house with. Everybody can live in a big house together, right? You got lots of space in a big house. You don't have to see each other every day. It comes down to the person you want to be with would be the person that can handle the hard times with you. So, I mean, if you're homeless and you can still laugh and live in a tent or something, that's the person you want to be with, right? Like, are they going to be there for the bad, not just the good? A lot of people are going to be there for the good, you know, and they're going to take, you know, like you want the person that's going to stick with you through the bad. The other thing that's coming through here, it's like, okay, how can I say this? It's like you're looking for opportunities with the Seven of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, all these cups here. Like, how can I say this? It's like you're asking God, Spirit, the universe, I need this, I need that. Can you give it to me? Or, you know, God, I would like this. You're given the opportunity for it, but you're not taking it. So what does it mean? It's like hard work and dedication has to go into things, right? So like with the Eight of Pentacles card being here, it's like, I want more money. All right. And this is like Spirit pointing at you like, okay, well, you have been given the opportunity to have overtime. Okay, Wheel of Fortune is an opportunity. Okay, you've been given, and then the Seven of Cups, there's lots to choose from here. You've been given the opportunity to do overtime, but you chose to go this way and just stare at it instead of doing it with the King of Wands here, taking the action, Four of Wands, to create your own stability. So it's like, oh, I need more money. You're given overtime, and then you say no because it's too much work. You know, like, well, money doesn't just grow on trees, right? The universe is giving you your opportunity. Or you might have been given an opportunity for love, right? You got the Knight of Cups here. He's a little more rigid, you know, raggedy. You know, he doesn't have the nicest stuff. He's not the King of Wands over here, right? Like, and you might be going for the guy that has it all, but he could be super superficial. Super superficial. And this guy is pretty humble. He's down to earth, you know, like you're choosing people, like you want a good guy, yet you're choosing the wrong one, or woman, right? Because there's a lot of superficial women out there too, right? Like, does that make sense to you guys what I'm saying? It's like you're asking for something, but you're being given it. And with the Knight of Swords here, it's like you're not seeing it clearly. The Knight of Swords is it can be somebody spying on you or looking in at the opportunities you have. Okay, so but the energy I'm getting is almost like there's somebody who wants more money, yet they're not. And I think this came up in another reading. I didn't understand it in the other reading I did. Like, somebody wanted something that wasn't theirs. Okay, we've all been guilty of this, you guys. You know, just recently I've been offered overtime quite a bit. I didn't take it. All right, like because I was tired. I needed to rejuvenate myself. Right, like if you overwork yourself, then you can't think clearly. All right, like you got to have a balance between two things. Okay, but I've been guilty of this in the past. I needed more money and I didn't take the opportunity. Right, like, so if you're sitting there asking for an opportunity and it's being given to you, but it's not being given to you in the manner that you thought. Like, you thought you were going to get money by winning the lottery, right? But the universe is like, oh, no. You can't be childish here. You got to actually put the hard work into it, right? So if you want to be successful at something, then you have to put the work into it. Okay, like with the Four of Wands and the Two of Cups, that's stability in relationships. So if you want stability in relationships, well, you have to put the work in it. It's like a man or a woman. Okay, I'm gonna say man. Okay, you want more romance in your life here, right? Like more love. Maybe there's a lack of this is for 18 and over. So if you've been in a relationship a long time, there could be a lack of sex in the relationship. Okay, women need mental stimulation. It's about the mind to them. Okay, so if you can mentally stimulate them by creating the romance. So the very thing you're asking for, you're going to have to create. So you need to create more romance and be more loving. Okay, and if the ladies are looking for that and you're like, okay, well, the relationship has died out a bit, there's sons here. So it's saying that, ladies, gentlemen, okay, both parties, there's lots of love in your relationship. It just needs to be reignited. Okay, so this could be like, quite often in relationships, people point out the negativities, like, oh, you never do this, you never do that, you never do this. And then they do it, but yet you don't pat them on the back for it. So this is like, instead of pointing out the negativities, you need to point out the positivities. So that one time that they do the dishes to you, well, you need to reward them for that. And by reward them, you need to praise them. You need to verbally say to them, hey, I really appreciate that. That really did help me out. Okay. They're more likely to do it again because of that. They love you. They understand that. Right. But if you're going to be childish about it, okay, the child here, with your communication and constantly point out the negativity, then they're not going to do it. Nagging doesn't always work. It works sometimes, you guys. All right, but not all the time. So you want to use, this is talking about change here, because the King of Wands, he creates change, okay, and putting the ego and your pride aside, okay. So you might have to be the first to say sorry. You want romance because the heart's here. You need to create it. So for you ladies, this is saying even you might need to create, get dressed up and go out. Okay, gentlemen, ladies do enjoy getting dressed up and going out. So that could be a good option for you. If you can't go out because of circumstances right now, then you create that in your house. Okay, but this is saying that you have a very loving relationship. If this is to do with your children, that you do have 2 younger children here, and they start to create a little bit of chaos. First of all, it's natural for kids to test boundaries. They're supposed to do that. It's healthy. Okay, it's annoying to the parents and people around them maybe, but it's healthy for them to do that. If they weren't doing that, I would be concerned. But it just means they're bored. So in some sense, you need to try something different with them. Definitely ego and pride's involved here. If you want stability, then it does involve compromise. Okay, and your needs and wants are separate things. Universe is going to supply you with what you need. It might not be what you want. Okay, so you need more money. You've been offered more overtime, or you were offered another job, but you weren't willing to move there. You want a better family life. Okay, because the house is here. If you see it, the little house. Then you need to create that. Maybe you need to move to a different location due to the opportunities there. Like maybe you live in a cold climate. You want to move to a hotter climate. Again, not the end of the world. If it doesn't work out, you can always move back home. Okay, it's better to try than not to try. Okay, but the definition of insanity would be doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, right? So you might want to try something different. Okay. You have this water here. If you're a water sign, I would recommend getting near water. It is highly beneficial for you guys. The opinions of others, you really need to watch that, man. Like, it is affecting your stability somehow and your movement. Okay, you're kind of stuck here. And it's going to be an inner knowing. Okay, 2 of Cups. I'm not sure what sign that's resonates with, but it always gives me like a Libra energy, which is about balance, right? Like the Lovers is definitely a choice, but there's compromise. It's partnership. There's 2 people here holding hands. There's 2 people here celebrating. Okay, there's one person here that's got a lot of hands pointing at them, like, and I just keep hearing you. So, I mean, I don't know what that means. I'll be honest with you. Let's pull a card and see. 2 of Pentacles. That doesn't really help. Okay, the 2 of Pentacles is, we talked about this in the last reading I post. It's a Capricorn and Jupiter energy. It is 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Okay, and it's for your own well-being. This is the type of energy of, if you were to cross the street and it wasn't a crosswalk, you'd probably be booked for it, because that energy with Capricorn and Jupiter, it's about having to really work for what you want. So you're going to have opposers. You're going to have people that want to tear you down. I just got information. The Queen of Cups. Yeah, the Queen of Cups, she's beautiful. Right? Queen of Cups is an inner knowing. You have fish here. Pisces could be important. And then the Hangman. Seeing things from a different perspective. Right? Like, that's coming through here. You need to... There's an inner knowing, though. Emotions. Some of you could be emotionally eating. I don't know why I got that. So, just watch that. I feel like there's an inner knowing of what you have to change. Like, the 8 of Pentacles being there is hard work and dedication. It's a skill. Some of you could do crafts and stuff like that. Maybe a lot of people are telling you no. If you're knocking on the door, you can start a little Etsy shop, like, but it's hard work and dedication, and it can take years to master something. Right? That's a Virgo energy. Virgos are masters. at what they do because they put a lot of time and energy into it. Okay. But what you need to know is that there is a choice that needs to be made, and it needs to be made by you and you alone. So you can't be listening to the opinions of others. With these two, the love card here and the fingers being pointed here, the hands being pointed, you could be getting information about love from people that don't have a partner in their life. They're miserable. They're miserable and alone and probably jaded from their past, okay? And they're living an illusion with the Seven of Cups. That's a illusion, all right? So they're going to create that reality for you. And these cards are saying that you have a loving relationship, and the information that you're getting, they're coming out of ego, is what I'm getting here. And their ego is affecting your stability. And you put a lot of hard work into something. It's almost like people are creating chaos around you that doesn't need to be there. And it's because they're chaotic. Okay? Like, they could be putting on a notion that they're good people, but they're confused themselves. They're on their own journey. It doesn't mean they're bad. Okay? It just means they're on their own journey, and there's a realization that they haven't come to yet. All right? You're on your journey. They're on their journey. Okay? Like, it's good to listen to other people, but you have to realize what their intentions are behind it. All right? So if somebody's giving love advice, I would personally take it from, that old lady that's been married for 40 years. Okay? Because they know what they're talking about. Or somebody in a healthy relationship. Okay? If you're taking love advice from a person who, say, has been divorced 3 times, and is just jaded from the way things have happened to them, they're going to portray that outwardly. Okay? So there's an inner knowing here. And then you got the Ten of Swords. It's like the straw that broke the camel's back. They're reaching for their broomstick. Somebody's running off in this card too, see? And there's a crow. Crows are highly spiritual animals, you guys. It does have to do with Jupiter. I associate crows with Odin. All right? Odin, or Zeus, you could say. Odin had the 2 crows that were his sight, right? They seen. So there's an inner knowing here. Somebody sees something that other people don't see, and you like, that could be you. You see something, you have to trust that. You're gonna have to make a choice, right? And you can't base it on other people. So if other people are telling you no, and it's something you want to do, then you got to do it, right? Like, you can't listen to others. You can to an extent, but I mean, it comes down to you, like, I can't tell you what to do or how to be or what's going to happen, but I can tell you that your wants and needs are different. Okay. And that the people around you, there is motive, whether it's pentacles, they're gaining off of you somehow. So this is like, you see this girl, she's going to this witch and she's telling them, I want love. How do I get love? And then this lady's going to say, I can sell it to you, right? So I don't know if that means like self-love, like, because then you have you here, whether you're a man or a woman, okay, because there is a masculine here. It's saying that what you're searching for, you got it, so you can create it. Like, you shouldn't be listening to these people. It's just magic tricks and illusions somehow. What they're promising you, they can't give you, right? Like, it's an illusion. You have the choice. And with the 2 of Cups here, it's partnerships. So you have an abundance of partnerships. You got to let the past go to get the new, though. You gotta pick yourself up by the bootstraps, I'm getting. I'm not sure why. You might have to let something go in order to gain. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right? Because in the moment it might hurt, but in the long run, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, I can't believe I didn't do that sooner. All right? Or this could be like you're choosing a career or something. Maybe you're a doctor and you want to become an artist. What is that actor's name that was a doctor and then became an actor? All right? Maybe you're a female and you're going to, you know, go in the military or something. You can do that, right? Like maybe you're a male and you're going to become a nurse, help people. There's partnerships here, a lot of partnerships. Do it. Don't listen to the opinions of others, right? Like, women can be craftsmen too, right? They can be electricians. They can be mechanics, you know? I'm a sheet metal worker and I'm a woman, right? Like I'm one of the only women in my job industry, and my mother and lots of other people, all feminines, like told me you can't do that, and males, you know, but I did it anyways. You know, it's my life. I get to choose, right? Don't let others make decisions for you. They can put obstacles in your way. They can say words to deter you, and actions. You do have a lot of wands to create some sort of obstacle in your pathway. But at the end of the day, I mean, you have the Queen of Cups here. She's intuitive. She's sensitive. She's caring. She's nurturing. She listens to her inner knowing, and she's creating. She looks pregnant here. She's creating. So it comes down to you. Okay, male and females can be queens. Like have that nurturing aspect, if that makes sense. And you are going to have good times. You're going to have bad times. You're not going to be able to avoid one or the other. You're going to have both occur in your life. But it definitely comes down to personal choice here. Right? And you 7 of Swords. And then the 6 of Swords. And it's interesting because you have 2 cards that imply the same, or showing the same movements. I'm just going to move these cards aside so you can see it. So they're kind of in the same position, body position. This guy, he chose this path, and this guy is getting help to get out of the path. So it's like people might have created circumstances that gave this guy bad luck, but he's, because he stayed true to himself, he's being guided to how to get out of that situation. This person's going to get caught. They're creating their own circumstances. Okay, so you're not a victim. All right, like if you choose to stay in a situation, then you become the victim. In order to be victorious, that you have to pick yourself up by the bootstraps. That's what this guy does. All right, he's action oriented. He doesn't need the approval from others. He's a doer. All right, and don't is not really in his vocab or her vocab. All right, he's got a stick here. There's 2 leaves on it. It shows growth. All right, even this cat's curious. I think it's dog hair there. It's my dog, you guys. You got paper here with a pen, so that might be talking about writing a list of pros and cons. All right, if you need to write it out, write it out. Okay. You have an energy here of don't sacrifice your long term. Ensure that it's your short term you're sacrificing. So this might mean maybe you have to move to take another job. In 2 years, you're going to be making more than what you're making now. All right, you have a choice here. But in the short term, you're taking a little bit of a hit. But long term wise, you're gonna reap the benefits, right? Like, so if you've been at a job now and you're making the same income and you're not getting a raise or anything, and you are making more money than what the other job would offer you in the beginning, but long term you'd make more money at the newer job, I would take the newer job, right? Your short-term sacrifice, right? Like for long-term gain. That's what you're looking for. So if you need to go back to school in the short term, I would advise doing that. Long-term wise, that's going to benefit you a great deal. All right? All right, you guys. Hopefully this helped you out. Namaste and ciao for now.